everything about school planners. Hello, hey guys, what is up, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Camille, and today we are back for another episode of Advice from a High School Senior. Today we are going to be talking about everything about planners. That sentence made no sense. We're going to talk all about planners, everything about buying a planner or making a planner, or like what you want in a planner, how to use a planner, my tips and tricks. Basically, we're just going to talk everything about planners. So yeah, if you want to be super organized and on top of your school game this year, definitely keep watching. And yeah, okay, let's just get right into it. Okay, so the first thing I want to say is that I think that planners are one of the most important things in your success at school, because without a planner, you don't know when anything's due. Okay, maybe you do, but like it's really hard to keep all of that information in your head. So I think it's really good to write it down on a piece of paper and just to know where it is and have everything all in one spot and organized. So planners are so important, and if you haven't been using one, please start using one right now. I promise, like, your grades, your teachers, yourself, your parents will all thank you for it. So yeah, anyways, let's get on with the tips. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is choosing the right planner. I feel like for me, this always takes me like a few hours at the start of the school year, but I think it is so worth it, because once you have a planner that you really like, it's so much more useful for you, and you're going to have this planner for the whole year. So I feel like it's worth it to spend a little bit of extra time at the start of the year figuring out what you like and what you want to use this year. So I think the first thing that we should think about is, do you just want a planner for school, or do you want a planner for school and your personal life? I personally like to have two planners. So I usually buy or make a school planner in the fall, and then I also have like a personal planner that's just running throughout the year. I just like to keep my school stuff like separated from everything else, so it has its own little planner, and I really like that because I usually have a lot of school stuff to write in that planner, so then that planner just gets to be dedicated to all of my homework tasks and basically anything about school. And I feel like if I just have a planner for everything, it just gets very overwhelming and really full. But it's totally up to you. I could see how a personal and school combined planner could work really well as well. So yeah, anyways, so if you're just going to buy a school planner, I would recommend getting like a weekly planner, because I don't think I need a daily planner for school if I have a personal daily planner. But if you're just going to get a personal and school planner, I would recommend getting a daily planner, because then you're going to have a lot more space to plan and to write in more to-dos and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get into choosing a planner. Okay, another thing that I wanted to mention is that sometimes having your own personal planner can just mean having a notebook that you write like your other to-dos in, or like writing a time tracker in. It doesn't have to be a complete other planner. Usually I use my bullet journal or just a plain notebook as my personal planner, and then I use like a actual bought planner for my school planner. But yeah, okay, so the first thing I would think about with buying a planner is, do I want a weekly planner or a daily planner? Like I said before, I think you definitely need a weekly planner for school, because then you can write all your homework to-dos in it. But if you'd rather have a daily planner, totally go for that. That just gives you more space to write in it, and I love those as well. So yeah, I think you just need to first decide, am I looking for a weekly planner or a daily planner? And for those of you who don't know, a weekly planner is basically where you have like 2 pages as the full day of the week, where a daily planner has like a single page for each day of the week. They both have monthly spreads in it, or monthly pages in it as well. But yeah. Okay, the next one is kind of like a nitty-gritty one, but that is, do you like lines in your planner? Like, I have a preference that I don't like really thick black lines, like in the open boxes. I like to have the boxes open so I can write in them myself, but I don't mind really faint lines. I don't know if that makes any sense. I'll put up some pictures so you guys can see, but basically just decide, like, do you like when the planners have lines in them for you to write on, or do you like a plain open box? Okay, so the next part is aesthetic, and I think this is just as important as the other features, because it'll tell if you're going to use it or not. If you don't like the way your planner looks, or you don't like the way it works, you won't use it, and then it's just like a waste of money. So I would say you want to decide, what colors do you want, what style do you want it to be, do you want it to be spiral, do you want it to be hardbound? Like, think about all those things and think about your aesthetic and what will like fit your vibe, and what will you look at every day and be like, oh, I want to use that planner. Okay, so the next part is like on the inside, it's if you like extra things put in your planner or not. So I would think about, do you like goal setting planners, like planners that have goal setting built into it, or a water tracker, or to-do list built in. Just think about what are the extra features that you want your planner to have. And yeah, there's so many different features that you can have in a planner. The opportunities are really endless. So just think about what are you really looking for in your planner to track. I would say that my school planners are usually pretty basic because I don't, a shout out to Alicia and Remy, but I literally like to fill them in so much with school stuff, and I don't really worry about personal stuff like water or goals or stuff like that in them. But if you want to put that in the planner, totally go for it. And yeah. Okay, another thing that I want to mention is you can totally make your own. You don't have to buy one at all. I actually made a video, which is my last video, I'll link it in the eye, which is all about how you can turn your bullet journal or just a plain notebook into a school planner for you that will work really well and is super aesthetic and all of those things. So if you guys don't want to spend the money on the planner, or you just don't want to go to the store, or you can't go to the store, you can make one from home that will work so well, like just as well pretty much. So yeah, and then you can make it completely personalized. You can put whatever you want in it, so it's kind of a bonus. Okay, so before we get into the tips, I just want to mention a few places that I like to shop for planners. I like to look at Target or Office Depot, Office Max, Instagram stores. You can just look up like school planners on, actually that didn't work very well when I did that. But if you search up weekly planner or monthly planner in your search bar, there's a lot of different cute planner options that come up. But anyways, there's so many planner options out there. And yeah, honestly, probably you all already have a planner because it is kind of like a month in for some people. It depends on who you are, but let's get into the planner tips and tricks and like stuff you use when you actually use your planner. So the first trick, which I love and I would highly recommend to anybody, is to color code your subjects. I really like color coding things in general, whether it's like my personal planner or my school planner, and I like to do it based on like subject or based on like activity or whatever it is. So what I would recommend doing is picking a color at the start of the year for every single subject. So for math can be blue, for writing can be purple, for whatever you want. You can choose your own colors, make them colors that you like, and then during the whole year, fill out your planner using those colors. So if you have an essay in writing, write that in purple in your monthly spread. And if you have like homework for writing, write that in purple. If you have homework for math, write that in blue. And it really just helps when you look at your planner to see how much work you have from every single class, and to really know, like when you look at your planner, which work is for which class. I just find it so helpful, so I would highly recommend doing that. That's like my biggest tip, is to use colors. Colors are amazing. Okay, so the next tip is to write all of your definite events or like definite assignments in your monthly spread. So write your essays, your tests, your huge projects, write all of those due dates in your monthly planner, so that when you look at a month, you see like how busy you are, when you have the busiest weeks, when you're going to have essays due. If you have a syllabus, which a lot of high school students don't, but if you're in like college and you're still watching this video, or other places, just when you get an assignment that's big and has a like definite due date, put it in your monthly calendar so that you can look ahead and you can plan ahead, and it's super helpful. Okay, the next tip is kind of obvious, but that is to use your planner every day. Look at it, write in it, use it. Make sure you aren't just like throwing it to the side and looking at it once a week. You need to use your planner every day for it actually to work for you. And also, you're probably going to be getting assignments every day, so you're going to need to write those in your planner every single day. But yeah, usually during the school year, I look at my planner just about every day, and I look at what assignments I have, what's coming up in the future, all of those things. So the next tip is to write down things as soon as you hear about them. So I think this is really important for accuracy and just so you don't forget to write it down. But as soon as your teacher says, oh, we're going to have an essay due on Friday, make sure you open your planner and you write down essay due on Friday. Or as soon as you get your homework for your class, write it down in your planner. So I think it's really important just to write it down as soon as you get it, because number one, you won't forget to write it down, and number two, then you'll actually have a really accurate memory of it, and we'll have the due date right. Okay, another like color tip is that I like to highlight like really important assignments. So if I have homework that is like really urgent that I should do, I always like to highlight it with a highlighter, so then when I open my planner, it's like the first thing I see is like, oh, I really need to do that. So yeah, that's just a little tip to make like things priorities, or I mean, it's not like the other things aren't priorities, it's just that you're like emphasizing one thing as a priority. Okay, so the next tip is to review what is happening each week before it happens. So on Sunday night or like Sunday morning, I would recommend opening your planner, looking what you've written in the monthly spread for like what's happening next week, what homework do you have, and just catch up on anything that you need to do that will get you like ahead for the week or that will help you out this week. This is so helpful because sometimes you might not even realize that you have an essay due this week until you like open your planner and you're in class that day and you're like, oh, I have a planner due this week. But it just really helps you get ahead if you're on top of your weeks and you look at them like before they happen. Okay, the next tip is to plan out big assignments in your planner. So as soon as you get, for example, like an essay or a big project or even a test, I recommend like first of all, going to the due date that the test is at and writing it in your planner, and then work back from there. How many days is it going to take you to write the rough draft? How many days is it going to take you to to edit it and then to put the final draft? And just write in your planner when you need to do all of those steps. Or if it's studying, write in which nights you're going to study. I think this is just really helpful so that you don't get overwhelmed. If you don't go back and like backtrack and write in when you're going to study, you're going to forget to study, and then the test is going to be coming up and you're just going to have so much to do with the project, and it's just going to be really overwhelming. So I recommend splitting it into chunks and writing those chunks in different days, so then you have your whole project planned out. It makes it so much more manageable and less overwhelming. So yeah. Also, it makes you feel like you're so on top of it if you're like doing little parts of your project before like you're like the week of. It's so helpful. Okay, another mini tip that I have is just to write your homework in to-do list format. So basically, I like to make little boxes next to my homework assignment so then I can use it as like a to-do list. So when I go home at night, if I finish an assignment, I'll check it off so that I know that I did it, and then I can see how many more assignments I need to do and how much I've gotten done for the night. And it's just a really good way to keep track of if you've actually done the assignment or not, or if it's just sitting there. Okay, and then the last tip is just that I recommend using another notebook or a time tracker or a personal planner to plan out your daily time to make sure that you have balance between school and your personal life or other sports that you have or a job that you have. Because I think a school planner is really helpful to stay super on top of your school, but you also need to plan out the rest of your life and make sure that you're not like leaving it all behind and focusing all on the school planner. Because like I've said in other videos, the worst thing to do is like to burn out because you only did school and all school for like 24/7 for like a few months. So yeah. That's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed and you learned something from these tips, and I hope this helps you like use your school planner so effectively and helps you be so on top of your assignments and organized. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you stayed to the end, comment below blue whale. I don't know. Blue whale. Comment below blue whale. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.